As you have been told, my name is Faith Ngaira. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I think I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a mother-in-law, and I'm a grandmother. I am an electrical engineer by profession. This opportunity actually found me when I was out of the country. I had done some work in the 80s, and I was appreciated 20 years later. And I happened to be at the Victoria Falls. So a friend of mine talked to me about it, and all I had was about health and staying young. And that I have achieved. Now, without much ado, let me share the screen so that we can get on to our topic for the day. The topic for this evening is Supergro. For me, Supergro is a wonder drop, and Supergro is just fantastic. It's a fantastic product. Now, as we know, Supergro is a multi-purpose agricultural product that is specifically formulated to work with modern crop treatments. Now, a lot of times when you are farming, you want to remove pests. You want to do a lot of things with your farming. Now, Supergro blends in well with everything. Now, many of us, as you know, live in the rural areas. In fact, I came back yesterday from the rural area, and on my farm, I use Supergro on everything green. By green, I mean on grass, on tea, on cassava, on avocados, name it, on fruits, I use Supergro. Even on my animals and birds, I use Supergro. Some of my friends have introduced to it. They use it on fish as well. Now, when I use it on my chicken, like in my area, many chickens have died. Of course, I vaccinate my cuckoos as per veterinarian advice, but my cuckoos have not died. I believe it's because of Supergro. Now, how does it work? Now, Supergro acts as a wetting agent and as an aiding agent. Now, when you farm, you have a number of farm inputs. You have fertilizers, you have insect killers, insects that attack your crops, you have top dressers. All those things work well with Supergro. It is a wetting agent, and as a wetting agent, it makes water wetter. And as I use Supergro, I find I use less of the other inputs. It also, now, you know, water has surface tension. How does Supergro make the soil wetter? It makes water wetter by breaking down the surface tension so that it can penetrate further into the soil. Now, it also acts as an adjuvant, and that means it is an aiding agent. And for me, I call Supergro a multivitamin for plants. It makes the plants feed better. It acts as a sticker. It improves pesticide and fungicide performance. You know, our plants can be attacked by pesticides. It can be attacked by fungicides. And as per research done by the University of Nairobi, it was found out that Supergro reduces some diseases in tomatoes and potatoes. Now, we know that when our plants feed well, they are able to take in all the nutrients from the soil, and therefore they are able to grow faster. I'm going to prove that to you. I planted some avocados 2 years ago, and I was told that less than 2 years ago, 1 year, 9 months ago, I was told that those Hass avocados will take 3 years, 7 months to fruit. But I'll show you a photo that I took just before I came. The avocados have already started fruiting. So Supergro therefore improves the performance of agricultural treatments for growth and pest control. It also reduces runoff. Now, when it has rained and water is standing somewhere in your farm, just drop a drop of Supergro. And when you drop a drop of all that water will go down. So therefore, Supergro conserves water. So indeed, it has lots of uses. It makes soil have enough air, and it is very versatile. As I told you, I use it on my animals, on my cows. I give them once a week with water. So do I do so on my chickens. Now, how do you use Supergro? Now, Supergro has taught me one thing. You should follow instructions. Now, a lot of us get tempted when you are doing something and you see good results. What do? You tend to add more. Now, in Supergro, you mix in a ratio of 1 to 1,000. 1 meal of Supergro to 1 liter of water. I repeat that, 1 meal of Supergro to 1 liter of water. 20 mils of Supergro to 20 liters of water. When you have 20 mils of Supergro in 20 liters of water, you can spray 1/4 of an acre of land. You can see how useful it is. If you add 250 mils of Supergro in 250 liters of water, you can spray 1 hectare. What is a hectare? A hectare is about 2.2 acres. Now, if you use chemicals, there are some of you who use chemicals to weed your farm. There are some very stubborn bushes and you want to use chemicals. And mark you, remember, use chemicals that are only approved. Some of the weed killers have been found to cause cancer. So be very careful as you use them. So when you use these chemical weeders, you wait for 4 days. You wait for 4 days before you can apply Supergro to your plants. Now, Supergro is suitable for both indoor and outdoor vegetation. Now, how do you apply Supergro? After you have made your mixture, during the rainy season, I'm talking about myself, I apply Supergro twice in a month in the rainy season. Now, in the dry season, I apply Supergro once a week, and I apply it in the evenings. Why in the evenings? It is because you see, in the evening, as the night progresses, you have dew forming, and it helps Supergro work better. So in the rainy season, I apply once, twice in a month. That means after every fortnight. In the dry season, I apply once weekly, but I apply it in the evenings when the sun has gone down. As you know, when the sun is shining, there's a lot of evaporation, and you want your Supergro to aid your plants. So what are the key benefits of Supergro? I've said Supergro reduces the natural surface tension of water, enabling it to penetrate further into the soil. And as it does that, it optimizes water use, okay? It reduces water runoff. I told you, if you have a pool of water in your farm, just put a drop of Supergro and it will all go down. And therefore, you will not lose a lot of water due to evaporation. It is compatible with agricultural aids, and it improves the performance of pesticides, insecticides, and fertilizers. Now, some of us call it a foliar feed. For me, I call Supergro a multivitamin for plants because it aids the plants feed better, it aids the plant grow faster. Now, it is very economical, non-toxic, non-caustic, not flammable, making it safe, and it is also biodegradable. You know, environmental conservation is extremely important. A lot of the chemicals that we use on the farms destroy the natural balance. They destroy nature. Plants also grow in a uniform manner. And according to the research done by the University of Nairobi, and I've seen it, Supergro improves the crop yield threefold by 167%. Before I started using Supergro, I used to harvest 6,000 kilograms of green leaf. But after using Supergro, and if the weather conditions are right, if it rains properly, I harvest between 18,000 and 20,000 kilograms per annum. That is really, it has made me proud. I get students from some of the agricultural institutes in the neighborhood coming to visit me to learn how I do it. And it has really made my farm beautiful. In tomatoes, this was the research done by the University of Nairobi. It fights early blight, green leaf diseases, and keeps away insects, making crops not vulnerable to pests. Crops also mature faster. That one I have proved it, and roots develop faster. Now, there are many a time when you are, especially those of us who grow maize, when wind comes, okay, it can make all the maize fall. But for me, I don't experience that problem with my maize, whether there is wind or not. My maize stands still. My maize stands tall. And I get very good harvests. Where I used to get 10 bags, I'm now getting 30 bags. Now, it does not affect the pH of the soil. You know, when the soil is very acidic, you are required to go and test it and do certain things. You'll be advised on what to do. But Supergro does not make the soil acidic at all. It maintains the pH of the soil. So, what does Faith the farmer do? Faith uses Supergro on every living thing on the farm. I use Supergro for my cuckoos, I use Supergro for my cows, I use Supergro, kangas take Supergro, geese take Supergro, turkeys take Supergro, doves take Supergro, goats take Supergro. Mine is an animal farm. apart from the farming. Everything in my pigs take Supergro. Now, I need to show you some photos of my farm for you to see what I do. That is a banana. That banana came from Muranga. When I used to work, I'd gone on safari and I carried that banana, and now you can see the output. This is Bracharia grass from Nyeri County. Bracharia grass is very good fodder for cows. And when you use Supergro, it grows back so fast so that you do not have to go looking for fodder. That is Bracharia basilica grass. That is tea. That is the young, the young part of the farm. That is the tea that was planted a few years ago. I have other bushes that are much older. They are already together, but through this, I'm able to achieve my yields. This maize you see here, this photo was taken when the maize was 1 month old. That is maize. Now, this avocado was planted 1 year exactly and 8 months ago. You can see the fruits. I was tempted to remove them, but then I was advised by the Avocado Society of Kenya to let them be. After all, I have animals on the farm, they'll be able to eat them. Chickens take Supergro. That is another banana, different from that one. These are the chickens. Isn't that me? That is me having company with my chickens. Last week, it was a very hot afternoon, so we just sat outside and conversed. That is me in front of my Supergro banana. And now, in conclusion, when you see plants growing well, do not overuse Supergro. It's just 1 ml of Supergro in 1 liter of water. Now, Supergro is available in 1 liter. It's also available in 5 liters. My advice to you is get the Wonder Drop now, not only to increase your crop yield, but also to reduce, also help you to reduce the cost of farming aids. Never, never add more than prescribed. For I use a ratio of 1 ml to 1 liter of water for everything I do. If you have a fish pond, you can get the volume of your fish pond by looking at the area of the pond and the depth. Then you get the volume of water and you'll be able to know how much Supergro you have to add. Of course, as a distributor, I use many other products. I use all the products except masculine herbal. I use in my kitchen, in my house, in my pigsty. In fact, when you got my pigsty, because of care, you cannot even smell anything. So thank you so much for listening to me. That is all I have to say. My telephone number is 07